The truth did not make a very good lie, did it? He wasn't even sure when it had happened. On the road outside Germania, when he'd flirted with burning rubber and death and she'd stared unflinchingly ahead? In the middle of the desert, when she'd called his cigarettes Scheiße, but smoked them anyway? In the guerrillas' camp, when she'd saved him from becoming Soviet target practice? On the train, when the kiss Luca had meant only as bait became all too real? As sappy as it sounded, Luca decided it was the kiss that clinched it. When their lips met, he knew for certain that he was in love with this Fräulein again. He loved her. Scheiße! He loved her. It was a painful, razor feeling, an emotion that rose up in him like a phoenix, made of ashes and burning, so much stronger than it had ever been before. He'd even considered for a moment letting the race be a fair one, just him and Adele and the gnash of their Zündaps. But Luca's pride was just an ounce too inflated, a degree too wounded, to leave a second victory to chance. Yes, Adele had stolen his heart, but she'd stolen his victory too. Only when they were even, a heart for a heart, a victory for a victory, could they be together. So Luca placed a soporific on his lips and kissed her a second time. He meant every moment of it. Turns out, truths make the best lies. Luca Löwe won the race, but Adele had still managed to beat him. Adele Wolf, who did not love Luca, who never would. So now he was here, standing outside his own verdammte party. The leather of his jacket was battered, gone soft. The steel of his father's dog tag felt tinny and light, almost unnoticeable against everything else going on inside his chest. Luca could still see Adele through the ballroom window. It was a special form of torture, watching her dance with the Führer. A strange, hungry look shimmered in Adele's eyes as she let the most powerful man in the world waltz her closer to the glass. A pure, concentrated feeling, like love. Or hate. Luca wasn't sure he could tell the difference between these emotions anymore. He tore his eyes away from the window, digging through his jacket pockets for a spare smoke and an almost empty matchbook. Luca jammed the cigarette between his lips, plucked out the final match. The first strike came to nothing. So did the second. His third attempt sent the matchstick flying into the gravel of the Imperial Palace's garden path. He was just leaning down when he heard pieces of Adele's voice through the glass. I am something. I am something, something, something. I am something. Death! Death? What was she going on about? Probably confessing to the Führer that she loved him to death, like every other lemming soul in this. Boom! Luca looked up and saw the Führer falling. His chest looked as if it had been turned inside out. Standing over the body, left hand outstretched, still holding the gun, was Adele. She gathered up the hem of her kimono and turned, aiming her Walter P-38 at the window. The pistol's muzzle flared, glass exploded in 100 different angles. Luca flattened himself against the ground. Adele flew past, a flash of teal and crimson fabric, pale hair, glinting pistol, leaving gunshots, screams, broken glass, a shattered body in her wake. Adele Wolf had just shot the Führer. It was all happening again. Just like the rally at the Großer Platz, in front of the old Reichstag. Screams and blood and Adolf Hitler on his back. But this time, Luca realized, it was his fault. The only reason Adele Wolf had been at the Victor's Ball in the first place was because Luca had been Dummkopf enough to invite her. When the SS started putting the pieces of the evening together, his name would be at the top of their interrogation list. They would accuse him of collaborating, treason, charges not even Luca's double cross could shield him from. Although there'd be no